Hey, how you doing? I'm glad you came through because I am Nevada and I'm getting ready to do a book review. Ah, yeah. Anyway, so hey, how you doing? My name is Nevada. Welcome to my channel. It's called Randomly Nevada. I'm gonna do a book review today. About 5 minutes of your time so that you can go out, pick up this book, enjoy it, read it, get your friends to read it so y'all can get together and discuss, because this book is super duper juicy. So, the normal books that I read are urban fiction, chick lit, historical fiction, and I like memoirs of famous people like Kevin Hart, Gabrielle Union. I actually just read Demi Moore. Anyway, that's what I normally read. This book is none of those. Zero. So this book right here is a suspense thriller book, and it's super duper good, and it's a genre that I am coming to enjoy because I read another book that was suspense thriller. Anyway, so let's delve into it. The name of the book is called The Chain, and the author's name is Adrian McKenty. And I basically chose this book because I really didn't choose it. It chose me. So I'm in a book club, and basically what we do at the end of each book club is we bring suggestions to the table. This book was not only a suggestion, it actually made November book club, so we will be discussing this book at the end of November. So yeah, let me give you a couple things about the book. I'm gonna go into the synopsis. Okay. Ready? 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 Go. Kidnapper. Victim. Criminal. You will become each one. Okay? Number one, you are not the first, and you will certainly not be the last. Number two, it's not about the money. It's about the chain. So the synopsis basically goes like this. The morning starts like any other. Rachel Klein drops her daughter Kylie at the bus stop and heads into her day. But then she receives a phone call which changes everything. A woman has Kylie bound and gagged in the back seat, and the only way Rachel will ever see her again is if she pays a ransom and kidnaps another child. The caller is a mother herself, whose son has also been abducted. And if Rachel doesn't do exactly as she's told, both children will die. Rachel is now part of a terrifying scheme, the chain. The rules are simple. Find the money, find your victim, and then commit a horrible act you thought you'd never see yourself capable of just 24 hours ago. Rachel is an ordinary woman, but over the coming days, she will be pushed beyond ordinary limits to save her daughter. What the anonymous masterminds behind the chain know is that parents will do anything for their children. But what they don't know is that they may have met their match. Can Rachel be the one person to finally break the chain? So that really is a good synopsis of the book and what goes on. And basically the book dives into the details of that beginning situation and beyond. So let's see. Let's see if I can explain the chain. I think I pretty much explained it through the synopsis though. So it's like my child is kidnapped. And in order for me to get my child back, I have to kidnap a child. And I have to also, the child that I kidnap, I have to ask for ransom from their parents. And then once I kidnap their child and talk to them, I tell them the way that they get their child back is to kidnap another child and ask that next person for ransom. Once they get the child and the ransom, then they're going to let my child go. And then once they get them to do it and so on, then they'll get their child back. And so the part that controls I'll just call her the victim. The part that controls the victim is something that they call a blowback. If anybody that you've chosen down the chain tries to break the chain, the blowback can go back. They said up to 7 people will get killed. Your child, you, and everybody will get killed if you don't keep it a secret and if you don't continue the chain. So basically they're controlling people by fear and love. The reason why I say fear and love is because what's the most important thing to you? Your child, because you love your child, because your child is an extension of you. And so if you love yourself, you love your child. I think they picked children because people have a stronger bond with their children than they do with a husband, wife, significant other. And they think that they are mature enough to maybe, get out of it and fend for themselves. I don't know. Just children, parents and children have a tighter bond. So you can basically manipulate people more or better or what's another word? You can control people when you have their child or whatever. So the lead character in the book was Rachel Klein. And what I think about her character is that she was fearless, she was strong, where she did not really know that she had these traits. And she had these traits, and this is why I think she had the fearless and the strength and all the willpower, and why I think they chose the wrong person. I just was thinking about something when I said that because I don't want to give the book away, but I'm just gonna keep going through. So Rachel is a single mom. She's a divorcee, and she's a cancer survivor, and she's middle class. So basically that means they took her money, middle class, because you had a 2 people household. So they took her money. Her income got sliced in half. She became a single parent. She got a divorce, and she fought cancer, and she's still ticking. You mean to tell me that's who you're going to choose to be a part of the chain? I would think that person would try to come back with a vengeance, because nothing has broke her up until this point. So Rachel's a lead character, and she's my favorite character in the book. All the characters are really good though, but Rachel's my favorite because of her perseverance and her unknown strength. They thought she would be a good candidate because of those things, when really it's the flip side. So Rachel the mom is my favorite character, which she's also the lead character. And like they said, she's not the first, she won't be the last. So this has been going on, for some time or whatever. The most troublesome character, I wrote down some things that I wanted to, touch base on. So the most troublesome character, I'm going to say, is the brother-in-law. And the brother-in-law is troublesome for several reasons. Some of the things that add to him being troublesome is that he was in the military and he went to war and he came back. And a whole lot of things play into that. I won't go into any details, but him being prior military plays into why he's troublesome. Very helpful, but troublesome. You'll see when you read the book. When I started this book, I promise you I was hooked. Page 1. I just learned that one of my book club mates, she has a rule. When she's reading a book, she gives it 100 pages. If by the 100th page she's not into it, she says she has a whole wish list of books that she can read, and she'll just move on to something different. I was hooked on The Chain on page 1. Where does your mind go while you're reading? So it's a kidnapping book. So basically you're thinking of, are these things possible? Can this happen to me? How do you prevent this from happening to your child? And things of that nature. So I was talking to my parents about the book, and they started talking about putting chips in kids. I said, that's what you do to animals. And I was like, if you put a chip in a kid, who knows what information is getting fed to that through that chip? Who's getting the information, and what information are they receiving from that chip inside of your kid? Because it's sort of like, I don't even want to say her name because I don't want to use the wake word, but Alexa, who knows what they're actually hearing and saving and can be used, going forward. Who knows? But if that person that I just spelled her name is listening to anything in my house, she's probably bored out of her mind. So, I mean, knock yourself out, homegirl. Okay. So, the book takes your mind on child abduction, prevention, putting like GPS in your child's shoes, giving your child a cell phone, let me think, being a helicopter parent, meaning you are taking your kid to school, watching them go in the building, then if they have any after school activities, you're picking them up, you're looking for them, you're going to take them directly there, pick them up, and basically they have like no independence. And so that kind of can backfire on a parent, because you want your child to grow up to be an independent person in this world. And if you're always hovering, I mean, you're teaching them that they need to be, dependent on people. So, I mean, the way you protect your child, it can be both good and both bad. You just have to have, I guess, a happy balance. This book basically makes you paranoid. And like I said, it's a happy balance. It's good to be paranoid because you can be on guard, so you can watch your kid. I was a foster mom, and I just had this ideology since I was a little kid, but because of the way my parents parented. My daughter, she was like a 3-year-old, 3 and 4 when I had her, and she was a very happy baby. She loved to, when you cannot walk with her and hold her hand, because she wants to skip and hop and jump and pick up rocks and stuff like that. She's being a kid. I have no problem with that. So what I did was I would put her on, depending upon what side of the street or wherever we were walking, I would put myself on the side of like the cars or whatever, and she would be on the other side of me, and I wouldn't hold her hand, but she would be at arm's length. So if I needed to grab her for whatever reason, I could put my hands on her. But I mean, I don't know, I guess I'm rambling, but let's see. this book also has you thinking about revenge. It's like, these people are doing this to me, and they're getting away with it. How do I not only try to get my kid back, but in the event I do get my kid back, how do I make you feel the way you made me feel during that time? Because, you know, it's like natural instinct. If you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. So basically, it gives you thoughts of, you know, revenge and stuff like that. I think that's a pretty good portion of how the book is. It's really good. So there's a part 1 and there's a part 2. And so part 1 of the book is telling you about, you know, the kidnapping, the abduction, and things of that nature. And then part 2 of the book gives you background on the people who started the chain or whatever. So when I was reading the book initially, I was like, okay, this is so juicy. At the end of part 1, I was like, where can this author go with this? And then when they started giving the background on the kidnappers, I was like, or is it this about to be good. And they did not disappoint. So let me tell you what the ratings are on this book. So on Amazon, there were 442 people that rated the book, and they got 4 out of 5 stars. That's good. Then there's this website that I'm a part of called Goodreads, and 13,533 people rated the book, and it was 3.89 stars. So that's still like 4 out of 5. So my personal rating of the book, I don't know about no stars, but 2 thumbs up. Go get it, read it, get your friend to read it at the same time as you, so you have somebody talk to about the book. This book can branch off into so many conversations, but I'm telling y'all, the book is good. Go get the chain. Let me show you a picture. I don't have the hardcover of the book, but let me show you a picture of how it looks, so you can see once you're looking for it. And once again, the name of the book is The Chain. I know I said it 100 times. And the author is Adrian McKenty. This is how the book looks. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for coming to my channel. I'm coming back with some more book reviews. I hope you like it. Please critique my book review. Tell me what can make it better. Tell me what kind of books you like. I'll read the book and I will review it. And like I said, the kind of books that I like is chick lit, urban fiction, and I also like memoirs. And at this point, I'll read anything except for sci-fi, and that's about it. Have a good day, and thank you for coming to my channel. Subscribe, like, and hit that notification key. Have a good day. Happy Halloween! No, I'm just joking. Bye, y'all.